Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley here from beautiful Timber Banks Golf Club. As you can see in the background, this place is absolutely immaculate. It's a sunny day, 66 degrees. It is absolutely positively unbelievable. And Timber Banks Golf Club is, of course, the official golf course of the ML Sports Platter. And we are also supported by Empower Federal Credit Union, Bryant and Stratton College, and our good friends at Ken's Auto Detailing. Well, the Yankees have advanced to the LCS, and as I said on a podcast earlier today, which you can go download and subscribe all over the major platforms, including Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts, I happen to think that this is not going to judge, pun intended, the Yankees season. I think it's going to come down to the LCS against the Astros, a team that I think if they don't win with Verlander on short rest tonight, they're going to win with Garrett Cole in Game 5. But I'm not going to talk at length about what I did on the podcast. I'm not going to talk more about that at all. I'm going to talk specifically about the word that I just said, the name that I just said, and that would be Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge. His impact on the Yankees is absolutely second to none. When you think about this guy and what he's brought to the table for the New York Yankees, it's absolutely unbelievable. Have you noticed in this series how he's not a major home run threat, how he is not driving in runs left, right, and in between? This guy has been absolutely unbelievable. He's been stealing bases, or I guess I should say pushing bases while he gets on base. He's walking. He is not flailing away at pitches. 1-2 counts become 3-2 counts. This guy has been absolutely unbelievable in this series. And I think when you look at Aaron Judge from the overall big picture standpoint, and you look at him in the field as well, he's been an unbelievable fielder. Look at the play he made last night. That ball should have gone over his head, no question. And I don't want to hear the whole, well, for a big guy, he runs the bases well, or he uses all of his 6'7" frame to get that one. No, he used a little bit more than that, John Smoltz. He used like a 6'11", 7-foot type frame, meaning that if he were 6'2", he would have leapt up and he would have been Mookie Betts at 6'7", 6'8", getting the ball. The problem with John Smoltz saying that, for me, is that people try to make it always about his size. And frankly, it's not just about Aaron Judge's size. He's an athlete. He's a total player. He's not just a slugger anymore. And he's been quoted in several different outlets with The Athletic, New York Post, you name it, where he has told media people, look, if I can't find my pitch, I'm going to pass the baton. Whether he's hitting second and he passes it to Brett Gardner, if you put him, let's say, third or fourth, and you changed up a lineup coming up in the LCS, he would pass it to somebody else. Aaron Judge is absolutely incredibly important to this Yankee team. And when you look at the long-term factor with Aaron Judge, I had my question marks about Aaron Judge simply based upon the fact that Aaron Judge's size, you kind of worry about injury a little bit. I know I just had mentioned size and everybody makes it about that, and now I'm making it about it, but I'm making it about size for a totally different reason. Because Aaron Judge at 6'7", 275, we've never seen a baseball player like this before. When we watch Kyler Murray come into the league, we've seen shorter quarterbacks who can't necessarily see over the line, and they're a hybrid quarterback. We've seen them before in Russell Wilson. We're seeing that now also in Baker Mayfield. We see big-time gunslinging quarterbacks of the past. We see a bunch of them today. We've seen five-tool youngsters at 19, 20 years old in Major League Baseball for years and years and years and years. Mickey Mantle came up as a five-tool guy as an Oklahoma kid at the age of 19. Well, fast forward to 2019, we have Ronald Acuna Jr. I know he only hits from the right side, but you get the point. We've seen athletes of yesterday and the same type thing today. We have never, ever seen a 6'7", 275-pound right fielder play baseball, nor have we seen a player of this caliber play for the New York Yankees, the most famous franchise in all of professional sports. So when you take a look at Aaron Judge, you take a look at what he's able to bring to the table. I had my reservations about signing this guy long-term. I don't anymore. I've seen enough. I've seen enough in the postseason. I've seen enough in the regular season. I've seen enough him battling injury. I've seen enough him adjusting at the plate. I saw enough of him from the rookie year onward, taking his lumps and taking all the criticism, taking all the questions in New York. The guy's handled himself unbelievably well in the toughest city of them all, and he's handled all the pressure. Now, of course, his career will be judged, pun intended, on a championship. It will be judged on multiple championships, just like all the other previous Yankees are, who are there long-term and who are the core faces of the franchise, just like Derek Jeter, just like Jorge Posada, just like Bernie Williams, just like Mo Rivera, just like Andy Pettitte, just like a lot of the guys who came over in trades or free agency, like David Wells or David Cohn. You name it, those guys, their careers, they're based on winning. They're based on championships from the 1990s dynasty. This Yankee team even though they've made the second LCS here in 3 years, this team still hasn't really accomplished the biggest goal of all, which is to win the World Series. If they make it to the World Series, I do think that this will be a successful season for the New York Yankees, because if they get there, they will have fought off all the adversity, they will have fought off all the injuries, all that kind of stuff. And I think that that would be a good season. If they lose to the Dodgers, they're going to lose to a team that's been the juggernaut all year. They've been the best team in baseball all year long. They've been the best team in the National League for the last couple years. This is a team that's been a juggernaut. The Kershaw, Buehler, Hyunjin Ryu pitching staff, along with Urias and the bullpen and guys like that, although their bullpen has struggled. And you look at the lineup with Seager and Peterson and Muncy and Turner. The Dodgers, it would be no shame in losing to the Dodgers. But I think the Yankees have to get to the World Series. I think they will be absolutely measured by what they do in the LCS, and it will be against the Houston Astros. I cannot see the Tampa Bay Rays winning 2 games against Houston, against that pitching, and winning a Game 5 in Houston against the Astros. I just don't see it. I think Houston's been the 1A group. I think it's been 1A or 1 tied with the Dodgers and Astros all year. The Yankees need to beat Houston in order to validate this season. 100 wins again. Aaron Boone should win Manager of the Year. Brian Cashman will get some votes for Executive of the Year. They have overcome all the injuries. They've overcome all the adversity, and they figured out a way to get back here again. They beat an 100-win Twin team. They beat the team with the most home runs in Major League Baseball. Now they've reached the LCS for the second time in 3 years. It's time to put up or shut up, and Aaron Judge is going to have a lot to say about it. When you look at this team, it's really remarkable with Didi Gregorius and everybody. They've been in and out all the time. Judge was the one guy. If you listen to media types all over the place, whether it's Chris Russo, you listen to Joel Sherman, you read articles on the Post or the New York Times or wherever, everybody has made the comment, hey, the Yankees are losing all these guys, but the long-term season effect, the one guy you can't lose, is Aaron Judge. He's the team leader. He's the guy who makes them go. He's the guy who everybody fears. You put him at number 2 in the lineup. He extends things. He's the one who can handle everything in the clubhouse. He's the one who keeps things loose. Sure, there's a lot of guys who keep things loose. A lot of guys in that clubhouse like each other. Gleyber Torres, Gio Urshela, DJ LeMahieu, Austin Romine, Gary Sanchez, Brett Gardner, Aaron Hicks when he was healthy. There's a million guys who like each other. Luke Voigt when he was on his tear. There's a lot of guys who like each other. They all get along very well. The pitching, the bullpen guys, everybody like that. But the reality is the core of the team is Aaron Judge. And frankly, if I'm Brian Cashman right now, I don't let Aaron Judge or Gleyber Torres go to arbitration, and I don't let them go to free agency. I've seen enough out of those two guys. Make them your 1-2 punch to build for the future. I had said a couple years ago the Yankees need 3 to 5 of these guys to really, really work out as far as young players to build something possibly that we could see close to the 1990s dynasty. They won't get there because we won't ever see anything like that, at least in my lifetime, ever again. But, it was Betances, Severino, was it Sanchez and Judge and Gleyber, was it Andujar? You had to kind of take the whole package of all those young guys and kind of look at it and say, can you get 3 guys, 4? Geez, if you can get 5, look out. That's what the Yankees had back then. Pettit, Mo, Jorge, Jeter, Bernie Williams. They had 5 guys, think about that, and 2 of them are first ballot Hall of Famers, and 2 of them are borderline Hall of Famers. So when you take a look at this Yankees stretch here, going back to when Brian Cashman blew up the roster, traded Aroldis Chapman for Gleyber Torres, traded Andrew Miller to Cleveland for that package that included Clint Frazier, Ben Heller and company, and Justice Sheffield, the bottom line has been Aaron Judge. The bottom line, the core, the backbone, the clutch guy, the face of the franchise. He is bigger than life. He's bigger than Times Square. He's got all the billboards. He's got all the deals. He's got Adidas. He's got all that. I would lock up Aaron Judge right now. I give him 8 years, $225 to $250 million. Make him your face for the next 8 to 10 years. We'll see if Aaron Judge can start hitting homers, be the RBI guy in the LCS. But right now, he has proved since his rookie year that he is the core and the face of the New York Yankees, bar none. I'm Mike Lindsley. Thanks for watching here from Timberbanks, 9 Minutes with me, IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure you visit timberbanks.com for more information on your 2020 membership.